نشكر حضوركم ومتابعتكم
Thank you for your attending the first session. Complete our attending for the first session of the first day. Now, the second circle will be launched. Mr. Excellency Mr. Ashraf Sobhi, Minister of Youth for Arab Republic of Egypt. This circle will research the knowledge of young people and their identity and their how to be connected this activity. This Hayal Asir will be presented this is session.
The second is the Arab Youth starts now. It hosts His Excellency Ashraf Sobhi, Minister of Youth and Sports of the Arab Republic of Egypt, and discuss youth, the Arabic language, identity, and the reputation of Arab youth and their connection to knowledge. The session is moderated by Haya Al Asir, Senior Project Lead, Arab Youth Center.
Lena. Assalamu alaikum.
Peace be upon you all. Ben Arabi say the judgment was based on the no wisdom and the knowledge based on science. So no judgment, no wisdom. So no knowledge, no science. Dear attendees, with you, I'm very happy to be join with you. The wisdom and the wisdom land here, and also the youth knowledge forum. I'm very happy to be with you. I'm Haya Al Asir from the Arab Youth Center, and also to moderate this session and to discuss Your Excellency Ashraf Sobhi, Minister of Youth in Arab Republic of Egypt. Before starting the session today, me and many of attendees, we have learned a lot from the Egypt and some the aspects from Sharm el-Sheikh COP27. We say Egypt have a model example to empower youth in what is called the COP27 holding and hosting in Egypt. We say the Arab youth and Egyptian youth have provided logistic and technical support and volunteering, and also to find solutions. I want to say this is an experience and it's a real translation of the leadership. Can you tell more about the empowering youth? And let me say thank you, Haya, and for raising this point. And also would like to thank my colleague, the State Minister of State, for Youth Affairs, Her Maali Shama, Her Excellency Shama Al-Mazroui. And I'm very happy to be coordinate with you. And also I am here attending as a Minister of Youth in Egypt, and the second being with you as here the Arab Youth Ministers leader and head manager here. And I'm very happy to in this session to represent our nations, our countries, the Arab world, I mean here, and also have identity based on the history and the past, future, and the present also, and also to talk about the history. And we as Arab, we are very proud of this history in present, and based on this present achievements, we can aspire the future. And I'm talking about the future of youth. This is at the starting point and a very important start point. And also, I would like to say here the achievements for regarding the big data analysis, and very important now, and have more important. So, for regarding of the thinking design, we talk here how to create the future and to manage the future and the present at the same time. So we think about the linking the future with the present. So we start from the present to the future. If you want to talk about the start, this is the interest of or we can say the rapid change in the knowledge. It's already available in the ground, so they can't conceal or can't hide the information. You can find the science. So the world was, we heard that it was called a small city in the past, but in fact this small city, based on the fast transition of the information and knowledge without any limits, and this make the world united and consolidated. And it happened in COVID-19 became the global issue, or what we can say a freezing movement. No country didn't follow the protocols, and many are waiting for what will be announced on the WHO or the other entities. So even the impacts related to wars are already available, and many people and around the world are affected economically or others. But this will take us to another question. Climate change became one of the interests and implications before the knowledge revolution and the availability of this knowledge. We can say it's a far away impact, maybe not now. But the vision, the close vision, and look for regarding the timing of this situation and the heat zones, the hot zones became not hot, and also the icing parts aren't icing anyways. So many parts around the world to think about the green economy, and also about renewable energy, and many factors. So this will make the global two and all the world to unified in COP27. And we are proud, Egypt under the leadership from the Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, to make one of the priorities to link the other priorities and the global level, at the global level, to think about the climate change. So I think there is a target with two sectors or two parts, yes, to have a real dialogue on the climate change impacts, and also to have the Arab representation in the international arena. When we talk about the Arab representatives in this context, we need to organize. We need to reflect the vision and for the active organization and participation of this COP. And we have witnessed this in reality. And the other bottom line we want to say here, the participation of youth. This is not only a link, but also the interest of youth was more interest about this people, and interested in a lot number of the or a big share of the youth are very interested about the future, because it's a coexistence and it's the existence of youth, because they are the future. So we starting from here to cooperate with the United Nations entities and to empower youth, and also our Ministry of Youth and Sport in Egypt have the good rule in organizing the COI, what is called the Conference of Youth 17, and the United Nations was shocked with this good organization. And this was organized in related to the sport city in Sharm el-Sheikh. related to the sport ministry or youth ministry. So we can say the youth organized in their cities to this event and will be affordable. The costs can pay their accommodation and like volunteering. So also the Ministry of Youth and Sport, in cooperation with the United Nations entities and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Ministry of Environment, to have Youth Day event is one of the key elements impacting on the on organizing the thinking of youth to find out some results and be a good results for the reflecting the youth interest and link them with the other countries' interest who can contribute, and also the countries benefit from this contribution. So we can build what is called a or make what is called a balance in regarding for the climate change. So this also was side events regarding the youth thinking way. Do youth have this mindset to express their COE or COP, and this is a mega event, international event. Do youth have impact to use sport and to express their thinking and to express their ideas? So we here are talking about the unprecedented form of contribution of youth in this conference, and we are very happy to continue this impact of youth, Arab youth, and contribution and sending their messages to the global by hosting the United Arab Emirates here, the COP28. COP27 was in Egypt, COP17 was in Egypt. This movement from Egypt to United Arab Emirates will be a continuing process to send a message by youth to the global. Nice. You have mentioned about the image of the youth and how will be a building factor to build our Arab world, but also the global. And today we are meeting and also the Arab Center, we are preparing a meeting, and you have started in this year. Next round, next session, we talk about the identity of the Arab youth, how Arab youth can introduce himself, and how the world look to this Arab youth. We talk about the intellectuality of the Egyptian youth, and when we talk about the the United Arab Emirates youth who are keen and inspiring, and also I'm not here mentioning all the countries, but we can say that we need to search for science. So you have the answer. I'm sure you have the answer. What are the elements of or characteristics of the Arab youth? I'm very happy to answer the first question here. I'm very happy to be with you today in this Arab Center, and the initiative was launched by the colleague the Shamma al-Mazrou'i, and I'm very happy to participate in the past year and the last year and the youth for the Arab youth. I'm very keen on the as the executive office for this youth ministers. I hear we want to express the interest of the leadership to empower the youth. I'm here talking to all of you, with me here as youth. Do you have me? Either you are listening to the interpretation? Please listen carefully. And even those who don't speak Arabic or do speak Arabic, I will speak in slowly. I will speak clearly and simply in this dialogue. What the characteristics of the Arab youth? When we see the world, we look at the world, we see in a certain spot. They don't have identity. because they don't have the cultural, because we have in the Arab world, we have the one language, understandable language. In Europe we have many languages not understandable to each other. Even they have no borders, and even the potentials, and we can measure the same for the other countries. So in our characteristics here in the Arab region is our identity is close to each other, or may we can say similar to each other, and even our religion identity is somehow close. So even genetically are similar somehow. Her Excellency Shama said something, a reflection, what is called scientifically side, where maybe professors know me very well, what is called national personality. There is a classification for the human science and Arab science. We call the Arab or national personality. This is a scientific side from the human science for the have a classification for the world with the national personality. Is a personality beared by a certain person to express this nature of a certain country. When we can say the features or the characteristics of a national personalities, we can say Japanese. She mentioned that she moved quickly and about the national personality and through medical or psychological analysis. And also here we can find what is called pattern analysis, and to define a certain youth in a certain country, the skin color, the thinking way, and also the average height, and also the dealing with any issues reflecting his limit of thinking. And also I have been infected by the what is called the negotiation in a certain situations or issues that is closely related to his interests. So the varieties of this personality became a core point. So when we say we want to deal with a certain place, we need to be well prepared in a certain situation. So as the Arab youth, based on knowledge, we are here communicating with each other. You, as you Arab youth, you must have these potentials based on science to know more from the others and to know your personality. So the Arab personality have average. Now we have what is called Down's curve or Down's curve. They have 16% from a certain level. Maybe take a positive side, 16% take the far side, but the average of the livelihood is always in the middle, from 68%. 68% from the Arab features are close to each other. So the average is that we are meeting in a certain point, which is the features or characteristics of our thinking as Arab youth. But what we can do, this is the very critical point, how we can from time to time or far away times to start this kind of closure or kind of the reaching the other visions. So the science or the professor said we need the educational entities, starting from the education, starting from the home, from the family. So the family is a critical. So what are the average of the identity? What the average age for the identity? When we can say starting from the very beginning ages, when infant or even when he was in the mother while she's pregnant, they said this point during pregnancy, reading for the infant, for the baby, and also this baby can listen to his mother, and also listen for the music. And this is morphology, another scientific sign. So the family, school, university, and other entities and youth entities, centers, and clubs, and even the workshop places. This is what is called the integrated development. This is what is called the balanced characteristics or the personality, to be an ambassador from the Arab youth to the global. And this is we need to build this kind of characteristics and what kind of the personality. And I hope I can answer your question. I can say you have mentioned from before, even giving the birth, starting from family, the surrounding environment, and also the schools, and also media. There will be impact the personality. Yes, I'm sure I agree with you. What you have mentioned about the national personality, about the Arab youth, I can remember here the the empowerment for youth, and some have mentioned in last year, youth are opportunities, not a challenge. They are producers, not consumers. And I can say honestly, as a youth, Arab youth, that the world look at Arab youth as consumers of knowledge, or importers of the technology. What we need from skills to be innovators, like Newton, Apple, or Apple innovation. I also am talking to attendees with us today. Let us look at the world from back of the host back and the present, the future and the present. I mean, look at the dark ages, what the kind of the thinking there. And the Arab world at the same point, the Arab was advanced. Or look at the resonance or the development ages in 14th century. And this what happened in this area. They changed the thinking methodology, starting, and then the Arab world was starting. How was it started, this kind? What about Jabir ibn Hayyan, Khwarizmi, and other science who are have a good contributions in science? They have a journey in the information and knowledge. And even the history said the Khwarizmiyat, mathematics, we can say they take a science affected by the foreign dictionaries or coding. And even we have the chemistry science here. What we can say this before the dark ages. And starting from the revolution, the vision have started to be changed, and for the culture and the transferring the like Leonardo da Vinci with his different thoughts about the arts and drawing, and also for the future, and even in the type of weapons, and also for the tools, and for the this was old vision. So we have a decline, a clear decline in the identity and the what is called with the Arab personality. We find it's easy to use the knowledge. Our consumption make it. We found it easy for technology and the topics. This vision have continued for long ages, but I can assure you here that the situation have changed, because we have Arab revolution now, starting from youth. They what is called the rapid change or rapid reshaping to reject the identity or the concept of consumption and even the level of consumption. So when we see a national event, we see all Arab youth are proud and want to find and to attract and to engage and to also practice. And so it's this situation, the Emirates experience for reaching the Mars. It's not an easy experience, and also for the experience for the ages, the average ages working in the same center, it's 27 years, maybe some more, maybe some less. This is output of what is called resistance from youth to not consumption, and also to reproduce and to use the knowledge and the training, and also to engage. So we want to share and to engage and learn. In Egypt, for example, with the Muhammad Ali age, they have missions to all over the world to see the knowledge and to transfer the knowledge and information. And it's happened, and it's still happening. And even in New Egypt that have started in 2014, that have the same message. We will not be consumers. And this is the message for all youth. You can be creative, and we can be a knowledge producer, even from simple answers, simple solutions, and that will be finally have a product. When you have when you are away from not only to engage in any situation or event without having the clear vision, but I will say also away. So here we want to resist the consumption concept and to make use of the knowledge. So we need the Arab youth presence in the thinking and the creativity and the implementation, and also for the producing. And this is a good example for us to be with us here today to think. And well, not only for the full cup, not only for the empty one. So not also for the negatives or the competitiveness. But so the language of the global, starting from the conference, is to be competitive in the science, in the information, in the knowledge, and also to empowering youth. And this is part of the globalization to make this small city a global city. So even the marketing is a language, market share. What about leading the market? So the terms we have used like reaching the sky. This one terms or concepts to empower you to a certain level, not only to energize you, but also to how to start, and also how to have clear steps to achieve and to change the situation from consumers into what is called the producers and participants. And this is the message for youth. So resisting the consumption and to start from what have been done, not reinvent the wheel. Your Excellency, we can't stop talking with you, but let me finalize this session end this session with a question. You are a government minister, and also you have a sport. I was a karate player. Yes, you have mentioned the sport as a key. Even Muhammad Salah reaching the global markets, and over the Qatar Cup, we have positive messages. Our happiness for the Saudi winning Argentina, and also other Morocco country with another counterpart. This is a hope. How we can succeed in one Arab country will reflect it in the Arab world. I can tell you a story if you have time. I will not be lengthy. In fact, we need to have a philosophy here. Not only having a glance, do sport, pleasure time, or leisure time, or pleasure time, or maybe a part of this, but linking the sport with change will be very important. What is the most fastest element to send a message? This is sport. You can deliver it using sport, because this sport rebuild and reshape the identity and the national personality faster than any way. So also to build identity and for all, without have promotions or promoting the holding people under this umbrella. So there is no need for this one. The sport can change the features and also change the vision of the youth away from health. If we have, who isn't proud, Qatar have organized this first Arab Cup. This is the physiology, or what is called the sportology. We can hear this is a way to empower the sport to reach a certain level of or class of community. When we say about football, it's reflected on in all aspects of community, using the power of sport or football, especially to impact on the community. What other kind of the activities can gather more than 30% of the population, global population, to watch a certain? We can say Olympics, or we can say a certain sport. You see a lot of attendees, a lot of viewers, a lot of participants. So Qatar organized this World Cup, and even the Saudi match changed the vision, changed the hope of the Arab youth. So Arab youth, we can say, we can defeat Messi. Messi is a legend. So we have a rebel in Arab youth. We can say, yes, we can do it. It's happened already. It's not care about what next, but we say, yes, we did it. What about symmetries, or symmetrism, or apologies, and other terminologies? I'm new to this kind of terminologies. So this building and rebuilding and reshaping the impact of the sport on the community. It's have a huge impact when we see a player like happened in take care. This person is influential on the social media, have many followers, and even sport have impact not only on virtually but also physically. You can see, and the Arab players who already and joining other meetings. We have many examples, Mehrez and the mega pro, and the big example Mohamed Salah, and he's more impacting influencer person, so he has impact on the people joining this event or this tournament. This person became more impacting because his behavior, his walking, his talking, his training become a model and become an example with a good legend, and who can impact on millions of Arab youth who want to say, I want a medal like this, or an example of this. So the Arab youth identity, it changed, and a new modeling by using sport. This one is interest, and it happened in the Arab countries. They are interested and keen to rebuild the sport infrastructure and the mecha system, and also the reshaping the health activities. And also, what about the hero, our champion, who can link between education and practice sport, who can be more balanced in his life and be more influential on the others. So I'm very happy with the impact of the Arab players and youth, and I hope we can find this solution and find this way or think in this way. And in Egypt we are keen to build this kind of concept, even building the sport practically and socially, and we have already started and have mega steps already done in the Arab world. I'm very happy to see this impact in the Arab world. Yes, I agree with you. Being with us today is reshaping and re-organizing us. I'd like to say that one of the national personalities, Wikash Generosity of the Arab youth, and I'm very happy to save your time with us and dedicate your time to be with us today. And thank you very, very much.
أود أن أشكركم جميعا لوجودكم معنا وأذكركم باللقاءات التحضيرية للاجتماع العربي
I would like to thank all of you for presenting today. We are providing thanks to Mr. Excellency Ashraf Sobhi, Minister of Youth for Arab Republic of Egypt.